Okay, let's recap the lesson today, you guys. I'm on page 707. So we're basically looking for solutions, or the answer, solutions to quadratic functions. So first of all, if we graph x squared, that's our parabola, and the y equals 9, what we notice, they intersect twice. They intersect twice, and the x values are the answers. So what we want to do is recognize that there's always two answers. You can see an answer here where they intersect, and an answer here at x equals -3 and x equals 3, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, another way to do it is just do it by solving. We know that if you have x squared equals 9, we can undo a square by doing its opposite. Now, the square root of an x squared just cancels out. The square root of 9 is 3, but there's two answers. We also -3, because we know that -3 squared is also 9. So our two answers are 3 and -3. One way to write that, fast way, is plus or minus 3, means the same thing, 3 and -3, right? Then we skipped ahead, and we looked at a graphical representation. It is possible to have what they call a double root, where there's one answer twice. It's possible to have two imaginary, so here's no solutions, and then this one shows the two answers, okay? Then we looked at solving these, so we knew if we solved them, we went -2 minus 2, we got 12. We took the square root of 12, we broke it up, 4 and 3. We know the square root of 4 is 2. We know there's two answers, so we did plus or minus 2 squared is 3, or we used a calculator and got a decimal answer. Plus or minus because two answers. 10, square root of 10 is on the calculator about 3.16, but two answers, plus or minus 3.16, or we just kept it this way because it's a nicer, much nicer. Square root of 10 is a much nicer answer than these ugly decimals. C, we did the same thing. We added 8, we got 3. We could have plus or minus the square root of 3, which is a nice answer, or we could use a calculator. You get about plus or minus 1.73. You have to have the plus or minus because there's two answers. Okay, D, we went -4, we got 16. I took the square root of 16 as 4, but two answers, plus or minus 4. E went +8, we got 9. Took the square root of 9, we got plus or minus 3, okay, two answers. F, we took the square root of 6. If we use a calculator, we get about a 2.46, plus or minus, or we'll just leave it as the plus or minus square root of 6. Much better answer, okay? And then we talked about reducing roots, which we had done before. 20 is 4 and 5, 2 squares of 5. B does not reduce any further, so we'll keep it as the square root of 26, because 2 and 3 are not good, they're not perfect squares. 18, 9, and 2, so we got 3 squares of 2, and then 16, square root of 4, square root of 29, which is 2 squared to 9. And then finally I showed him an example. What happens if you have to do these? So we took this problem, x squared plus 10 equals 28. We solved it. -10, we got 18, square root, because you got to get rid of the square. Square root of 9 is 3, so we get plus or minus 3 squares of 3. And that's all we had for the day. Our assignment was on page 717. We did 717 and 718 for the assignment. That's all I have. Outdone.